A to the K.
To the K.
To the K. Can you smell that? Some bad blood in the air.
Yes, there is, Carl.
Mm.
Let me tell you about Taylor Swift. Sorry, that's a bit too meta, but we'll go for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe now we got bad blood, Carl.
Yeah, I've got some bad blood. And do you know what? I honestly think the WWE booking of late has led us to some feuds that definitely have some bad blood. So this is the perfect time to bring this pay-per-view back. Sorry, premium live event. Okay. So obviously
some of the feuds are more like bad meats. They've gone off bad.
Well, we'll talk about that. But just to caveat this for anyone who's like watching this closer to when Bad Blood happens, we're ages away. We've just finished Bash of Berlin.
What we don't want and what we sometimes get is you being like, that didn't even happen. It's like, yeah, look at when it was fucking recorded before you comment. Okay, yeah, that's all I'm asking.
But, you know, in a less aggressive manner, I'm just letting you know. It's just been Bash of Berlin. So we don't know the card yet. We don't know where it's going. So what we've done is said, well, this is what we think the card's going to be based on where, you know, Monday Night Raw's kind of gone. We haven't even had SmackDown yet. So let's try and circumnavigate this thing, shall we?
Yeah. I don't know what I was going for there.
Yeah, me neither. So we'll kick off with what has to happen.
That transition was brilliant.
See,
just dropped it.
Just left it on there. I am calling Anthony, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre to end their feud.
What kind of match they having?
Steel cage has to happen. Well, Hell in a Cell, steel cage, whatever you want to call it. Probably Hell in a Cell.
I think they're going to have a strap match, but the strap's going to be made of bracelets.
Ooh. Like that's what the strap match should have been in a Bash of Berlin, to be fair. That's what they should have done. But as Drew showed us, bracelets, not quite indestructible.
If they took the strap and they just wrapped the bracelet, like hundreds of bracelets all the way up the strap, that would be fine.
You know what's really mad for me? Like, isn't it crazy how things like glass and a bracelet can really change the landscape of wrestling?
Think that was a real bracelet?
A real bracelet? But yeah, right. This has to happen based on what happened on Raw. Obviously, Punk won at Bash of Berlin. McIntyre beat the ever-loving shit out of him on Raw. So we have to have a blow off this feud. It's 1-1 at the minute. Who's going to win? The only way to settle it inside Hell in a Cell. Yeah. That's the real bad blood right there.
Yeah.
Well, who's going to win it? That's the question.
I mean, you're putting CM Punk in a cage with an Angry Scotsman.
Yeah.
I think in that scenario, the Angry Scotsman takes the win.
I fucking hope so. Yeah. I hope so. I will be devastated, and everyone knows I'm a big Drew fanboy, right? I will be devastated if McIntyre doesn't come out of this with the rub, to be fair.
Look at the grin on his face. And we know the Scottish like to batter things, mate. Punk's not coming out of this. And that sounded a bit too extreme. He's not coming out of this with the win.
Okay.
He will survive.
Yeah. I'm trying to think something statistic you could do. You could do like, I don't know, maybe you get Larry involved somehow and put Larry on top of the cell. Oh. Punk's like, I quit.
Pelt him with muffins.
Real muffins? But yeah, this has to happen.
I mean, do you think we could see the return of AJ and that involvement's there? You know, the jeopardy of the wife? Or
AJ is like hanging from the rafters or something. Like, it could happen. Don't think we'll see it though. But we have to see the end of this feud, and it has to be Drew, in my opinion.
100%.
Like, we already know where they want to get to for Mania with Punk. They want to do Seth versus Punk, which is what they want to do this year. Seth's out rehabbing at the minute anyway. So let's have Drew beat Punk, and Punk kind of like, well, where do I go from here? I'll switch my attention to the title. Goes after Gunther or something. But that's what worries me, is they kind of set up that's where he might go, is go after Gunther. So does he get the opportunity if he loses here? Or does Punk win and then put Drew in his rearview mirror and go after Gunther in the World Heavyweight title?
I mean, I'd rather Punk didn't win. Could see that probably being the logical case they do, but I'd rather.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I want Punk and Seth not to be for the title.
I don't think it needs to be either.
Yeah, but you know what Punk's like though. He wants to be in the main event of Mania, and if there's no title on the line, he's not going to get it. So
he wants to be in the trouble with the main event of Mania is he wants to be in what he perceives as the main event. So if you put him on the wrong night or the wrong time, and it's not the main event in his mind, then you're fucked.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So you'll have to be going on last that night too, ahead of The Rock. It's just not going to happen, is it? So yeah, I don't want to see Punk and Seth for the world title. I want to see Drew and Gunther for the world title.
100%.
Because that's going to fucking slap, and I mean literally.
Yeah,
like
slaps galore.
Full on slaps. So that's what I want to see. But yeah, I think it'll be too damaging to Drew if he loses here. People will be like, what is CM Punk? It's not going to be damaging. But I do think it's going to be damaging. So, Drew gets the win, 2-1.
I don't want to sound horrible, and I'm not saying like Punk's weak, because he's obviously not. But like, he's a big guy to lift up for a GTS, you know?
Yeah.
Like, is that even going to look like a good move, trying to throw like Drew into a GTS?
Well, that's what I hated about Bash of Berlin, though, is like how convincing Punk won. I wanted it to be like, Drew had him on his back and was tapping all the things, and all of a sudden he got a sneaky one and won it that way. But fucking Punk battered him. Hit about 7 fucking GTSs on him. Like, shit, doesn't make any sense.
I don't know, man.
Poor booking, and we'll come on to fucking poor booking in a minute, actually. But let's not be negative about it, because I want to see this. So, yeah, I want to see Punk versus Drew. I want to see Drew win, end this 100%. Feud, and let them both go in their own separate ways.
Claymores everywhere.
Exactly. Not like the exploding barbed wire death match in AW, though. Not those kind of next one, where there's also Bad Blood, right? I don't know whether we've just had a mixed tag match at Bash of Berlin, so I would personally like to see this Liv versus Rhea for the title, just as singles. But we could get either another mixed tag team match, or we could get like the Judgement Day as a whole versus like, I don't know, Terra Twins and Jey Uso and whatever.
Do you know what I would love? Like, I don't know, people say, yes, this is not like solely my idea, but I'd love for WWE to just pay a nod to it, is they actually do a custody of Dom match.
I mean, that would be fucking brilliant.
It'd be so fucking funny.
But the problem is they can't do it now, because obviously he's betrayed Rhea and she doesn't want custody of him anymore.
True.
So they've kind of missed the boat. Yeah, but I would have loved to see it. It would have been great. But even if it is a ladder match or something to pay homage, but it's for the title, you know what I mean?
That'd be nice.
But yeah, this needs to happen.
I don't want Ray involved anymore.
No, God, no.
For some reason, he's kind of reared his ugly head again, but it's like, I think you should keep. I've nothing against Ray, by the way, but you should keep him and Dom kind of separate.
That's why he wears a mask.
I think Dom has excelled better by himself and establishing himself rather than him being Ray's son.
Yeah,
and I think we don't need to revisit that. And I think the more, like, obviously they love each other in the family, but the more distance TV wise, the better for me.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
So I hope that they don't keep trying to include him. I really do.
Yeah, I agree. But it's a tough one, this with Liv, because she's not had the greatest of world title reigns, has she? She hardly really defended it.
Much with it, yeah.
She obviously beat Rhea.
In a way, though, is it good that she's selling being the champion but not actually defending it?
Yeah. Like, well, I mean, Roman Reigns made a killing off it, didn't he? So
I mean, what would you rather have? Roman Reigns, who very rarely defends it and gets help when he does, or Cody, who's like, I want to defend it all the time in kind of lackluster matches?
Yeah. Come on to that. But yeah, I think we're going to see something here. I'd like it to be just a women's match, to be honest, with, you know, Judgement Day involvement, Priest getting involved, maybe even Jey Uso or whatever they're doing with that side of things. But is now the time for Liv to lose the title? No?
I don't think it should be.
So she's already beat Rhea at SummerSlam?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, beat her again?
Yeah, but I think it'll be with shenanigans.
It's always with shenanigans. Yeah, so I don't know how it would play out, but obviously there's definitely bad blood still between all of these, so there's going to be some level of involvement at this premium live event.
At this paper.
Now, I know you're not immediately going to hate this one because you hate both of these guys, but there is an Intercontinental title tournament happening at the moment. It seems like Jey Uso is going to win that.
Yeah, but are we ready to admit that, like, Bron just shouldn't have a microphone?
Yeah.
Have you seen this promos recently? My dad competes with your dad's like, what are you doing? Yeah. What are you doing? Put the mic down.
He needs a Paul Heyman, doesn't he?
He fucking does.
And he doesn't have one.
All of his look and his menacing attitude and everything just goes away when he fucking talks.
Yeah. And, like, no offense to Scott or Rick, but that's kind of a Steiner trait, you know? Is the look the part? They've got the physique, but you give them a microphone, they just look fucking stupid.
Scott was wild on the fucking microphone, mate.
He was, yeah.
His dad, not so much.
Yeah.
But Scott Steiner was fucking nuts on the mic.
Yeah.
Some would argue that some of the best mic work from the Steiners has come from Scott because he's just insane. Insane. You really don't know what he's going to say.
Yeah. But, like, I feel like Bron's got more like the Goldberg approach. He just yells things.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
But it's not even like...
He runs and yells.
I don't know how to put it. Like, there's something about the tone of his voice that makes him... even when he's yelling, it just makes him entirely less menacing. Like, Goldberg sounded kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like, there's just nothing scary about this guy's voice. So it kind of ruins the whole aesthetic.
Yeah.
The minute he opens his mouth. I just don't know what it is, but I'm just like, well, now you seem 100% less intimidating. Nice one.
This is true. But if this is the match that gets booked and they go this route, what do you do? Do you have Bron lose it so soon?
I think they should. I think, honestly, and you know me, I've been very critical of main event Jey there. I think now's his time. Mid-card Jey is what we really had anyway. That's what we really had anyway. This is the title that he should win. And I think now's the time. Like, they should capitalise on the fact that he's over as fuck. And they should give him a run with the title.
Yeah.
They really should.
Yeah, to be fair.
And he should have his own custom belt, which is a pair of obnoxious sunglasses.
He's not going to get the world title. I just can't see it happening at all.
He shouldn't be anywhere near the world title.
No.
All due respect.
But you know what?
IC's where he's at.
We'll come on to this maybe in a minute as well. Well, actually, I think it's like the last one we talk about. But if he wins the IC title, how does he get involved in the Bloodline story? Because we imagine him to be involved in that at some point. So that's also another thing where I'm like...
Well, you could set up nicely like some sort of mid-card match between him and any member of the current Bloodline, really, that they want to do.
Maybe. Yeah.
No, I would say Jacob, but then you expect them to just get absolutely fucking ruined.
Well, yeah. But, there is that.
You
know. But yeah. I don't think he would win. I think Bron. I know you hate the guy, but I think Bron would retain, to be fair. But let's see. It could be Dragunov, it could be someone else, it could be Braun. But there's going to be someone who wins that tournament.
Who's getting the promos at the minute? I think it's going to be these two. I think you're right.
Yeah. They had a bit of a backstage thing, didn't they? So that's what it's leading towards. So let's see. But yeah, I think it's too soon for Bron to drop it. So we will see. Now, WWE doesn't like to have that many matches on premium live events anymore. It's usually like 5. So this one does have a couple of extras. There are some, I think,
for a sec, I thought she was holding a tiny.
Yeah. So I couldn't find a way to fit Tiffany in this graphic, but show the briefcase at the same time. So that's why she's a little tiny Tiffany in the front. Literally her Barbie
from WWEshop.com.
But right, so this one may not make the premium live events. You could see it on SmackDown or something. But there is bad blood between these two. Obviously, Nia dethrone Bayley. You've got the whole thing of the Money in the Bank where Tiffy doesn't know what to do because she's got an allegiance to Nia, but she really wants to win. So,
I mean, this could be poetry. Like, this is probably one of the best storylines Nia's been in, and the betrayal from Tiffy should be the sort of cap to this.
And the thing is, if they want to turn a babyface, then it's the right thing to do because people hate Nia.
Yeah.
So
I think it'd just be the right sort of finish.
Yeah. But unfortunately, I don't think Bayley's getting the belt back anytime soon. So I think...
Well, I think shouldn't that be the match, though? Bayley puts the work in, and then Tiffy sees her opportunity because Nia's exhausted. She's beaten up.
Yeah, 100%. Like, it makes sense. So that's why I kind of could see it happening at the event. But if not, I think it'll happen.
The question is whether it's Tiffy time or not, I suppose.
Well, that's it. The thing is, but is she one of the longest now to have the Money in the Bank? Usually, like for the women's side of things, they cash in like the next.
Oh, they usually like. I'd be interested to know whether she is one of the longest, but
gotta be up there.
They usually cash in really quick, don't they?
Yeah, so I think something's going to happen between these two anyway, and that Money in the Bank briefcase. So could be a Bad Blood or could be around then. Could even be Survivor Series, but yeah, that's one to watch for. Another one which may not make it to the premium live event. We've got the whole Wyatt 6.
I hate to say it, but it is giving pre-show vibes, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's giving pre-show to sound like one of these Gen Zs.
It's giving pre-show. But yeah, I feel like I think they're having a match on Raw this week coming or the week after, so it might be that it just doesn't make it at all. But I kind of feel like it's been built up now for months.
But I think this is the problem, though. I think the issue with the Wyatt 6 is the mystery's kind of dissolved because they've revealed who they all are and they're a faction. And it could still work, but it's like, but we're still just beating up Gable.
Yeah.
Like, how many times are you going to beat up Gable?
Well, that's it.
Like, you literally killed him and he still came back. What else are you going to do?
Like, their debut, they wiped out everyone, but now they're just solely focused on Gable. So it's like,
all about Gable.
What's the agenda here? Yeah. But again, it might not just be singles. It could be a faction thing. Obviously, he's got the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile stuff with him now. So, they might do something like that. But yeah, again, may not see it at Bad Blood, but something that I expect to come to fruition relatively soon.
Yeah, agreed.
Now, Gunther, Sami Zayn.
I mean, Sami, it's quite all due respect to Sami. It's a good one to feed to Gunther for.
Well, it is, but it's good in a way because Sami dethroned Gunther after his longest IC title reign. So the history, but the story makes sense.
Well, that's the thing. They're going to put on a good match. I think the logic has to be Gunther winning.
Yeah,
but
100%.
They're going to put on a good match.
Yeah, but like I think this is a really clever way to build up his first defense.
I think the only thing about this would be the
it's not his first defense, is it? Yeah, Randy.
Yeah, but the only thing about this would be the predictability. That'd be the only issue. But as a match, it'd be like you say, the storytelling would be quite good around it.
Yeah,
it'd be a good match to watch. It'd just be the fact that we all know how it's going to go.
Do you know what's surprising? Like, obviously, running the prediction series, which you can catch on our Instagram, you'll be surprised how many people we're like, oh, this will be so predictable. This, I guarantee, when we put the predictions out for this, there'll be a good bunch of people that pick Sami.
But although I always say, oh, it's so predictable, and I'm the worst at prediction series. So for me to say that,
that's when you actually take part in it.
I'll give you my votes. I'll probably bash it Berlin. I'll give you bash it Berlin votes.
Didn't do all in either.
I'll give you them too. I'll give you them votes.
It's too late now.
So I'm going to get myself to the top of the table.
Yeah, still get it wrong.
How?
But yeah, Gunther and Sami seems nailed on to happen. Obviously, Gunther was like, no, I'm not accepting it, which means he will accept it. So yeah, but there's no chance Gunther would lose it so soon. But I love what they're doing with it because obviously he's a legit threat, and it gives Gunther some character work to do here because
it's giving Gunther.
He knows that, well, actually, he needs to kind of portray a bit of fear to a degree, which we don't really see from Gunther because he's beaten before.
He's chopping people.
Yeah, I want to see this match. It'll be good, but yeah, Gunther has to retain 100%. Which now I'm going to do all my bitching, Anthony, because Solo on SmackDown last week was like, I don't care whether it's Cody or Kevin Owens, I'm coming for you. It's like, well, you've already fucking had this match, and it was Bloodline rules, and you fucking lost. So why is it going to be you again? But it seems like that's what we're going to do, right? And next why do you call it pay-per-view? It should be just pay-per-view. Why do they keep changing the technology?
Yeah.
The next premium live event after this is Survivor Series War Games. So in my mind, this is when the Bloodline stuff needs to all come to a head. Sure. So we need Jimmy coming back. We need Jey on side. Do we get a wild Hikuleo Waka Wuka involved in this? I don't know. But it seems like this is the route they're going to go. Cody versus Solo again. I don't know how they make it interesting because it's already been Bloodline rules.
This is the thing. I mean, people, what they're setting themselves up for here is people are going to be not really interested in the match itself, and they're going to be waiting for the Roman Reigns and stuff like that going on. So, I mean, this seems to be the culture thing with Cody. It generally is that you're not really watching the matches for Cody. There's always something else going on that he's. I don't want to join the bitching train about Cody, but he's not the interesting part of his title run, which is weird.
While we're bitching about him, because I don't get the opportunity to do this a lot because I like the guy, but I'm gonna right. Fucking Crossroads is garbage. Why does he have to hit 3 Crossroads now to pin someone? Because it's fucking shit.
Well, that's why, because it's a shit move.
Stupid though. He's completely ruined. But he's meant to be. He's Dusty's kid. He's meant to have wrestling psychology in his fucking brain. And he's like, I'm booking myself in AEW to never win a belt. That was a fucking stupid idea. I'm booking my own finishing move to just be shit and have to use it 3 times to get a win. He's an idiot.
Yeah. You're
a fucking idiot, Cody.
Yeah.
Pack it in.
Well, eventually it'll just be 1 Claymore to the fucking end and he's lost that belt. Right?
Yeah. Well, no, it's not going to be though, is it? It's going to be WrestleMania, Cody and Rock, and The Rock taking 3 Crossroads. And it's like, you think, right? How many times has he, on the 3rd Crossroads, something happens, like a fucking Samoan spike or something? It's like...
The thing is...
He's stupid.
The problem is, though, they'll probably want to book it he's took 3 Crossroads. It's like, do you know what the problem is, though? It's a shit move.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be impressive to take 3 Crossroads because what I've never understood about that move is aesthetically, it looks like most of the impact's taken by Cody. And I get it is, because it has to be, but it doesn't look devastating. You know, the thing about Claymore is, they do it safe, but it looks fucking devastating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the Crossroads has always looked shit as a move.
The damage is done though. He needs to build that thing back up.
Hopefully though, is it not just a case of he has to transition to a new move?
Maybe.
Because he's not getting
What's it going to be? The Cody cutter? That shit. The devastating kick, whatever he calls that. Disaster kick.
What was Dusty's
that shit? I don't know. Bionic elbow or something.
Might do a bionic elbow.
What's that anyway?
Bionic elbow versus people's elbow. You know what's happening.
Oh God, why? Why? Stop giving them ideas. We'll do this.
Spear versus spear all over again, man.
Oh. But yeah, anyway, Cody bitch aside, fucking terrible. Pack it in. Build your move back
Bad
up,
Cody.
idiot. But right, this builds intrigue for me now because they've already done Bloodline rules.
Yep.
So you've got to imagine there's going to be like a Hikuleo debut, and everyone's expecting him to side with Solo, and he doesn't. And then Roman shows up, and then Jey and Jimmy show up, and it's like, ooh. Or if Jay's going to be involved in the IC title scene, not be involved in it, does Cody team up with Roman at Survivor Series?
What?
Do you know what I mean? Like, is that what we get
a
here?
Marvel movie.
You know, like, and then does Sami get involved after all? And it's like, it's not all.
Actually, I take it back. This isn't a Marvel movie. This is Fast and Furious. The villain in the next film, the villain becomes an ally, and they all become family.
Yeah.
Cody's just Vin Diesel at this point.
That makes sense, actually. He sucks. Good. But, yeah, so I don't know where they're going to go. They're going to go OG Bloodline versus New Bloodline, or they're going to go Roman and Friends versus New Bloodline?
Bloodlight. If you will.
Yeah, my bad. Bloodweiser. So, yeah, that's another thing. Paul Heyman, he's got to come back at some point. Is he going to get involved? Like, where's he going to come into it?
He's going to introduce Roman. That's what he's going to do.
Maybe.
Sorry, go.
No, but I don't know where it's going with this. I don't know what would you prefer. Is there another outcome that I've not even thought of that could happen? Because it seems like we're getting this again.
I mean, I'd prefer for Cody not to have the title, to be honest with you. But...
Well, yeah. Just keeping that on
me. No, I think they need to realise that Jacob is the more intimidating character in the New Bloodline, and as much as they want Solo to be a thing, like this could have been an opportunity to put Jacob in that situation, even if you just admit it and go for the power shift. Solo had his chance. I don't really need a repeat of this match. You know?
Yeah.
Put it this way, it took 12 Hangman and Swerve matches for me to get fed up. It took one of these for me to get fed up. That's all I want to say. Okay.
Although you were saying to me before, you're getting a bit fed up of CM Punk and Drew, which is just lunacy.
I am, because I think they just need to. I want to see them fight other people now. That's all.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah. So something's going to happen here that's going to lead to Survivor Series War Games, and in my mind, it's either Bloodline v Bloodline, or it's Roman and Friends.
But, I mean, surely Cody's going to be the leader of one of the factions, and he'll make Cody's pals.
I don't think he even will.
Cody's crew.
That's what I mean. Like, how does that happen? With the current
what he's going to assemble all the people he's beaten since getting the title and make a team.
Who's he fighting? The problem is you've not got Roman on the other side. Like,
statements.
Yeah. Well, you need to also plant the seed with Randy and Cody, because that has to happen at some point. So when does that happen? So
that'd be such
loads of stuff going on.
That's one thing I do look forward to in Cody's run with the title, is them to having a match, and I really fucking hope they do it.
Yeah. Well, you can't have bad blood without the bloodline. That's all I'm saying. So there's going to be some involvement there. But yeah, that's my thought anyway. That's what I think we're going to see. As I mentioned, we are a few weeks out, so we haven't had any matches announced yet. So let's see how wrong we are. But let us know in the comments what you think of this card. Is there another match or two?
As you sometimes like to do, let us know in the comments how wrong we were.
Yeah, that also happens. So let us know that too. And yeah, play along with the prediction series. We've got All Out coming this weekend.
That didn't seem like an offer. That seemed like a threat.
Fucking do it. And then we'll also do the same for Bad Blood. And also, how kind of the Hot Tag Foundation.
Hang on.
We are official supporters of the Hot Tag Foundation. So go and check those guys out. The links are all in the details, both on audio and video. But get ready for the Toil Rumble. So any donations for wrestling figures and things like that, to donate to those in need ahead of Christmas. Wonderful initiative. So please support them.
Basically, it's a fucking good cause. Get off your ass and do something.
Do something for once. Stop watching us idiots and fucking do something. So yeah, pretty much it. To our audio listeners, love you always. Please give us 5 stars on Apple, Spotify, and anywhere else you're listening to us. And we will catch you on the next one.